Hey everybody, Cheryl here. Today I wanted to talk to you about listening with your eyes. Have you ever been in the car and you're in an unfamiliar place, you're trying to get somewhere, you're not exactly sure of which way you need to go, and the radio's too loud or somebody in the car is talking a lot or talking loud, and you just need for everything to be quiet so you can see where you're going. Okay, so what's that got to do with anything? Here's the thing, your eyes are focusing on everything in that new city, and your ears are picking up on what's going on, and it becomes a conflict in your brain. So, when we're having a consultation with a client, and she does something like hands us a picture of somebody with hair that is bordering on being banana yellow, and she says, I want my hair ashy, just like this. And on the inside, we're just like, there's nothing ashy about that. So what she said and what she showed us a picture of were two different things. Then we began to start to have a conversation. Well, that's not ashy, that's warm. Okay, that's fine, but here's the reality. The reality is she's showing you a picture of what she desires. If we focus on what she has said, and then at the end of the service, things go wrong. She's unhappy. She says, my hair is too dark. This doesn't look like the picture. And your first defense is going to be, well, she said she wanted it ashy. Okay, so that's where we have to train our brain while we're having this consultation to deal with both factors. What she says and what you see. And that's where you begin to need the clarity of what you're going to do to create that service. They do it all the time. They say things like, I want caramel. And then they'll point to hair like mine. There's nothing caramel about my hair. Sometimes it's the fact that they love buzzwords, or sometimes maybe they've seen an image online that actually has warm tones in it, but the tagline under it says something like, beautiful ashy tones. So no matter what you say to her or how much you try to convince her, she has read something, looked at something, maybe even printed off something and showed it to you. And she's convinced at this moment that's because it says those words ashy, that it's ashy and that you should make it ashy. So we have to be very careful and we have to pay attention to what they're saying versus what we're seeing. So when we're going through this, we can clearly identify. Listen to what they say. What they say is very important. But the reality is what you see. And if what you see does not match up with what she says, you become the bridge for that great big gap. And you can listen, you can feed it back to her, you can do all those things. And if she continues to call it something other than what you see in the picture, don't get excited. Take a deep breath and think, okay, here's where she's at. Like, okay, this is where she begins. And then the picture of where she wants to be. And then formulate from there. Because if you formulate based on what she says versus what you see, it's likely that you're going to be off track and the service is going to go south in a hurry. So think about it in terms of that. Train yourself to listen, but listen with your eyes. And if it helps you to train yourself, keep a little notepad on your station. When she starts talking, if you see a disparity, write it down. And then while you're formulating, figure out the difference in between. Train your brain to do that. I think that's a simple tip that will help prevent a lot of challenges in the salon, because we don't book for redos. We book to make them fabulous, get paid, and everybody's happy. So I hope that helps. Tomorrow morning I'm going to make a video on high lift blonde, so hang tight for that. And look me up on YouTube at Cheryl Segraves. That's Cheryl Segraves. Cheryl Segra, V as in Victory, ES. And on Instagram at Color One Up. That's all one tagline. COLOR, the number 1 and up. Thanks, and I hope this helps.